The steppes of Mongolia, in the heart of Central Asia, sometimes echo with the haunting sound of music that reaches into the hearts of animals and men.
You see, Oito, it will be okay. You know the fiddle and the horse are linked by their souls. Your horse heard the song of my instrument. He'll get better now.
Thank you, Sigan. I can tell he's starting to wake up. I hope he can join the other horses soon.
The Mongolian nomads have attributed magical powers to this instrument since ancient times. In the hands of the shamans, it has even made animals cry. It's called the Morin Khuur, or horsehead fiddle. It's an ethnological treasure, but an endangered one. In 2003, UNESCO proclaimed it an intangible heritage of humanity. The lives of the nomads haven't changed much, but the music of the horsehead fiddle has been dying out. Only a few elders can still teach its unique beat. Four children have gathered in Oito and Omba's yurt to learn about this heritage. They're the first in a very long time to learn how to play the Morin Khuur according to the traditional ways of the nomads. Omba has this knowledge, which has always been transmitted orally without any written notation. UNESCO chose her to conduct this rescue mission with the children. The four young students live in the nearby town of Ulangom. They're staying with Omba and Oito, a nomad family, to learn about the steppe, this untamed nature that has produced the sounds of the horsehead fiddle for centuries.
Omba, is that horsehair?
Yes, it's horsehair. Do you want to know why? I'll tell you the story. A very long time ago, the king sent a warrior out to conquer new lands. His name was Koko Namgel. Koko Namgel was courageous. With one victory after another, he reached a distant kingdom where he fell in love with a princess. The years passed and he was happy, but one day the king summoned him back. The princess gave him the kingdom's most valuable steed, a winged horse. Every night, Koko Namgel mounted his horse and flew to the distant kingdom to be with his princess, returning early in the morning. One day, however, an evil neighbor discovered the powers of his marvelous horse. Wildly jealous, she cut its wings and the horse died. Koko Namgel discovered the lifeless body of his beloved companion. Overcome with sadness, he wept for a long time. He knew he would never see his princess again. he fashioned a marvelous fiddle from the horse's skin, bones, mane, and tail. This fiddle would immortalize the memory of his two lost loves, the magic horse and his beloved princess.
In Mongolia, a land with as many horses as people, the lives of the nomadic herders revolve around the seasons and lives of their animals. During the harsh winter, the horses roam free in the mountains. In the early days of spring, Oito rounds up the animals scattered among the last snowfields to bring them back to camp. It's a time for re-establishing the link between the men and animals, for returning to a domestic rhythm, for breaking in the horses. The sun has returned, life is reborn, but summer will be short. The men and animals are bursting with energy. Oito uses this time to inspect each horse in his herd. He calculates how many are missing, which ones aren't well, the promising colts he has to train, the future steeds whose energy he has to channel. Oito and his family used the rough methods of their ancestors to corral these animals, high-spirited after months of freedom. It may have been here, several millennia ago, that man first attempted to break in a horse, creating for this first time the intimate relationship that far exceeds domination, a link of complicity, of comprehension, of friendship. Today they're cutting the manes of the young horses. This ritual gesture echoes the first haircut boys get when they turn 5, an age when they no longer have to resemble girls to escape the evil eye of malicious spirits. The animals are branded and become part of the family. For the city children, the intimate link between the nomads and their horses is a new discovery. Immersed in this world, in direct contact with nature, the 4 young musicians are filled with the sounds and spirit of the horsehead fiddle. In his workshop, Segen transmits the secrets of crafting horsehead fiddles to his grandson. Tomdol Sagin is 12 years old. He started his apprenticeship several months ago. In the legend of Koko Namgel, the horsehead fiddle was created from the body of the dead animal. The tibia formed the neck, its skin stretched over the soundbox created the tone. Sagin is one of the few craftsmen who still makes the Morin Khuur according to the traditional nomadic methods, but his instruments are made of wood, as they are throughout Mongolia. 3 types of wood are used: soft larch for the soundbox, and harder birch and oak for the neck and the tuning pegs. Like a puzzle, the Morin Khuur takes shape in the hands of the craftsman and his apprentice.
Most of the pieces of the instrument are done. This is the bridge. The bridge is very important. It determines the sound. It's very important. These are the tuning pegs. They have to be tapered. If it doesn't fit well, you can push it in to block it. So here we have the body, and here's the neck. And then, of course, you have the bridge here.
The young Tomdol Sagin is learning to carve the head placed at the top of the neck. It's much more than a mere decorative element. It's the link that binds the instrument and the animal together.
Draw the mane like a wave. And carve the eyebrows nicely. Yeah, that's good.
Today, Omba has a guest from Ulaanbaatar. Sonom Yudenbat is traveling throughout his country on behalf of the UNESCO's Intangible Heritage section to find people who can still transmit their knowledge of the ancient music.
Here is an award from UNESCO for the Morin Khuur Masters on behalf of the National Commission for Mongolian Heritage. And now I decorate you with this medal awarded to the best musicians.
The Morin Khuur is Mongolia's national instrument. But during the Soviet era, it was confined to concert halls. Today, UNESCO recognizes Omba for safeguarding the music. With her young students, she has rekindled the flame of a tradition that had nearly disappeared, the dialogue between the horsehead fiddle and nature. People say that the Morin Khuur can reproduce the voices of all the animals and all the sounds of nature, a rustling leaf, a creaking branch, water lapping over stones and wind blowing in the grasslands. For the nomads, these sounds of nature are also those of the spirits. The young students head into the forest with Omba to learn this unknown language.
I learned the tradition from my ancestors, and now it's my turn to transmit it to you. You have to listen to the sounds of nature. The song of a stream, the water flowing over the rocks, waterfalls, all these sounds are in the Morin Khuur. You came here by horse. You can recognize the sound of its gallop. An eagle in flight. Do you remember how this bird flies? Imagine. Did you recognize it?
Yes, we recognize it. Now we want to dance the bilgi.
My music carries you away, doesn't it? You'll dance. Just be patient. It's important to understand that the music must flow from your instrument like a river. It must radiate all around you. You can dance now. I'm going to play a piece you know well, the Proud Mass. Get ready.
Under the spell of Omba's instrument, the children are transported by the bilgwe. This ancient dance combines the sounds and movements of animals with the everyday tasks of the nomads, churning the butter, breaking in the spirited horse, the slow stride of a camel, braiding ropes. The children are concentrated, absorbed in the dance. Here's the camel, placid and slow.
I would like your soul to rise through the music.
Thank you, Omba.
Thank you for listening to me.
It's early spring, and the nights in the steppe are still glacial. The nomad children know they have to bring the lambs and kids into the yurt every night to shelter them from the cold. The young students are a bit hesitant, but they learn how to do these tasks too. Sonam Yudenbad, the envoy from Ulaanbaatar, visits Tsegen, the instrument maker.
Are you doing well this season?
Yes. And you?
I'm here on behalf of UNESCO. Our students need Morin Khuurs for the performances. Do you have time to help us?
Yes, of course. I still make them for clients. Look, here's mine. I made it about 10 years ago. I still get orders from time to time, not always from musicians. It's fairly rare, but some people want to replace the family fiddle they've lost.
The Morin Khuur held a place of honor in the traditional life of the nomads. There was one in every yurt. Every visitor was asked to play, or if he didn't play, to touch it to attract the benevolence of the spirits. Today, for the first time in many years, Tsegen has been asked to practice his craft for the benefit of young musicians.
Listen to me now. To make a Morin Khuur, you have to choose the right date, observe the astral calendar, and do the necessary calculations to avoid unlucky days. Ever since I started making instruments, this is how I've determined the day to get wood from the forest. Tomorrow is a good day. We'll leave at dawn for the mountain.
Tsegen and his young apprentice climb up to the larch trees to find the wood for their future instrument. They choose the tree to chop down carefully. For the Mongolians, man and the plant world belong to the same fragile structure of nature, which also includes the stones and animals, the living and the dead. Tsegen knots the blue Buddhist katag around the trunk of the cut tree and recites a shaman's prayer. Before starting the Morin Khuur, Tsegen makes peace with the spirits of the water, mountains, fire, and earth. This way, he believes, the forces of nature will watch over the horsehead fiddle and over those who play it.
Yeah.
ирэхэд нэг мөргөл гэдэг нэг татлаг сурсан шүү дээ. За. Би тэгж юм байна. Үргэлжлүүлээд тахав. Гур болсон шүү заяа. За. Одоо би нэг татал. Читэн залуу. Бага. Дөрөв. Хотны их татал. Гадиод харч нь хоёлаа гэлөө гарах. Тэгэл та.
The students are making progress. The performance is getting closer. Altang Segseg, the director of the Ulangom music school, visits the young musicians. Altang Segseg has come to work with Omba to prepare the dances and music the children will perform in the municipal theatre. The young actors and musicians discover their costumes, made of bright colors and silk cloth. The golden yellow, the color of the monk's robe, is for Ganzorig. Sovda and her friend Tonga will wear an entire bridal outfit. Erdenbayar wears the traditional outfit of all the steppe nomads, a loose coat clinched at the waist by a bright belt. This coat, called a del, doesn't restrict their movements on horseback. They're common throughout all of Mongolia, sometimes worn over a pair of jeans or a fleece jacket. The girls and boys wearing their new costumes improvise a rehearsal, swaying with the movements of the dance. They're polishing up the dances, putting the final touches on the costumes.
Each piece of fabric has a purpose. This is the cloth for the dishes. This one is for the hands. This is for sweat. Adults have a small pocket to carry a sewing kit. You see, children, these costumes have a history. They have existed for a very long time. I can remember my mother wearing them. Stay in time when you dance to the bilgir music. Concentrate as if you were saying a prayer. Remember the step.
I rode on a fantastic horse.
I taught you to ride horses, and grandmother taught you to play the Morin Khuur. You'll be ready soon.
I'm going to alter the costumes and get them back to you. Get yourselves ready for the concert. All the herders in the region will be there to watch you dance and play. Please, be ready for the concert.
Several legends tell of the birth of the Morin Khuur. In one of them, the instrument was created from the music the wind makes when it whips a horse's tail. The strings of the early instruments were always made of horsehair, 120 strands for the lower string and 80 for the higher. Today, most of the strings are synthetic, but Segen remains true to tradition and returns to Oito's herd to obtain the raw materials he needs. Segen's choice, a racehorse, is prepared with care. A bowl of airak, fermented horse's milk, is offered up to the spirit of the horse. Segen selects a handful of horsehair, checks the length, and yanks it out swiftly. Soon this living material will transmit the horse's energy to the fiddle.
Ah, it's not just any horse. It has to be hair from a handsome racehorse. We then have to clean it and select the strands one by one, so they're all the same thickness, like this. Look, touch it. That's all I still needed. Thank you for giving it to me. Goodbye. Thank you. This horsehair is for the bow. It must be very clean. It's almost done. It's clean. You see? Look at this one. This one is clean and ready too. We can attach it to the instrument now. It's almost done. Do you understand the process? It has to be cleaned and stretched and then smoothed. Bring me the instrument. You place the horsehair like this. You see? Like that. Now, there's one last thing to do. The strings have to be coated with resin.
Once the two strings are stretched tightly, the instrument is ready. It just has to be baptized.
That was a horse neigh. When I play an instrument for the first time, I give it a soul. A Morin Khuur must have a himor, the energy and power of a horse.
The time has come to give the Morin Khuurs to their new owners. This morning, Tsegen sets out for Omba's yurt to deliver the four instruments, riding over the light snow that fell in the night. As an offering, the violins are wrapped in a blue scarf, which protects the musicians and brings them luck.
Сайн байна уу?
Сайн байна уу?
За, сайхан өвлцгөөж байна.
Сайн юу чинь?
Сони өтөө.
Таваа юу байна? Урич.
За, хүмбэгч би таныг зэрж ирлээ.
I have come to give you the 4 Morin Khuurs ordered by UNESCO. I made them for you.
Морин хуурыг хийгээд ирлээ.
Here.
Одоо би танд энэ морин хуураа танд.
Гүй ямар сайхан юм бэ?
Oh, it's wonderful. Wonderful.
Ингээд одоо энэ
Thank you.
морин хуураа.
Thank you so much. It's a very valuable gift these days. This instrument has become rare in the steppes. They're magnificent. Thank you very much.
UNESCO protects traditions and cultures. The Morin Khuur and the long Mongolian song are recognized as a world heritage. The diphonic singing and the bilga dance may soon also be classified.
Aren't they superb? You know the 5 E's, our domestic animals, the goat, sheep, cow, horse, and the camel. Of these, the camel has the strongest voice, and the bridge has its shape, for a stronger tone.
Энэ хоёр бүхэн, энэ толгой, энэ сүүл нь, энэ хоёр хөл нь. Ястаа машин.
The big day has finally come for the impatient children. A minivan picks them up to take them to their town, Ulangom, where the concert is scheduled. Ganzorig, Erdenbayar, Sovda and Tonga. The 4 musicians are back in their city after living close to nature for several months. They see it in a new way. They have returned from their stay with the nomads of the steppe with an instrument straight from the past and some knowledge that may help the voice of the Morin Khuur survive for some time still in this rapidly changing society. A few hours before the performance, the children arrive in front of the imposing Soviet-style theater. There are a few adults with Oito in the audience, but mostly lots of children. This is a special performance. Thanks to Omba, for the first time these kids will hear a melody saved from oblivion. There are a few final touches backstage. It's calm. The children's faces look intent. They're looking forward to the show. On stage, Tonga and Erdenbayar are side by side, as when they were playing near Oito's yurt. Today, thanks to the horsehead fiddle and the bilgwe, a link has been created between the voices of nature and these city children. It's a link from the past, transmitted by the nomads. A link that's still fragile, but holds promise for the future. Oito, Omba, and their families are returning home across the immense steppe. Strapped to the leading camel, the Morin Khuur travels with them as they migrate, just as during Genghis Khan's time. But behind her, Omba has planted a seed. In a small village in western Mongolia, young musicians are prepared to nurture the knowledge she has transmitted to them, so that the voice of the horsehead fiddle will not fall silent. A haunting voice, the expression of an intimate, unique link between a sublime nature and all those who share it, mankind, animals, and spirits.